Today we are going to mention different steps, strategies, tools that you can follow because this situation is not easy for everyone. But if someone says everything is okay or I have the magic bull for success, that's not true because life is a cycle. It's like I say like different weathers that we have. It could be summer, winter, autumn, spring, and according to that you feel different emotions and sensations, and that's true. For example, I can say stop feeling victim. Even though you are facing situation right now, you need to start thinking different because if you are recreating the same thing over and over and over and over again, you are going to be trapped in that condition. As Dr. Wayne Dyer, he always said, if you feel victim, you are living in the past. And if you are living in the past, you are not going to have a life. So stop feeling a victim. What do you need to do to get to another point? Probably you need to find a mentor or call someone that model successful people, but do something. There is an important book, Dr. Wayne Dyer book, is Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. That's true because our thoughts is everything, is 90% of how can we create things in our life.
Of course. The other important thing is don't forget to take action and be committed, because changing your thoughts, changing your life is not going to change if you're only just thinking about it. There has to be action implemented as well, systems in place as well. In terms of being victimized, it's case by case as well, depending why you were a victim. If you're gonna be stuck in that position, it's not gonna do you any good in the long run. Depending what the case is, you will need to find mentorship, you will need to find help from somebody else. As long as you're doing something to try and get you out of that position of being the victim, you are making progress. Because if you just stay there and not do anything, you're not gonna change. You're always gonna be the victim for the rest of your life. So as long as you're trying to implement something different in your life, as long as you're trying to find help from somebody else, maybe it's not somebody else, maybe it's a book, maybe it's a YouTube video, as long as you're trying to find a way to improve yourself, you are making progress.
Yeah, that's true. So we need to do something, one step at a time, but you need to start moving, you need to start thinking different, you need to start taking action, as you said before, mentoring, reading a book, whatever it is, but you need to start doing something. We understand this couple of days I've been talking to different people and they feel really, really devastated about the situation. Sometimes the media is saying different things, but that's okay, Don't focus on that. Don't pay attention too much to the news. Instead of investing your time reading bad news or things that are happening, start living, go to the park, start running, start walking, meditating, do something different, because otherwise you will be trapped 100% in that rubbish, in that bullshit.
Everybody has different goals, has different visions, has different dreams. We're not telling you that by reprogramming your mind, you're gonna achieve a tremendous amount of wealth. You're gonna have like a mansion, these cars, this and that. Because, like I said before, success means different for everybody. Success for you can be finishing a book. As long as you're doing something to improve yourself day by day, each week, each month, each year, you're becoming a better person. You may love the job that you're in right now. It's perfectly fine. Starting a business may not be for you. That's perfectly fine. But as long as you're trying to find a way to better yourself a little bit each day, that's the important thing. You may be stuck in a cleaning job, for example, and you may love that job and you want to be there for the rest of your life. That's perfectly fine. But maybe reading a book will give you a different perspective. Maybe doing something different will give you a different perspective. Maybe doing exercise at the park or at home will make you a better person. Becoming a better person doesn't necessarily mean quitting your job, starting your own business. It just means becoming a better person within, and that's the main goal. Try to improve yourself each day from within.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thank you. That's powerful. I remember last year when I've been working with a lady, and she was overweight and she wanted to reduce, I think, 10 kilos. And she came to me and said, Gabby, I would like to reduce 10 kilos in 1 week. In 1 week, you want to go to the hospital? No, please, please, because my brother is going to get married in another country. You say, well, I cannot do that because I will be in jail. So I can tell you what to do. I can tell you what steps to do, what habits you can change. Probably in 1 or 2 months, you can see a big difference, but you need to be committed. Or tell me one strategy, please. One strategy, because Dante applies more action. I apply more the law of attraction, vibration, and both things together work perfect. I told her, well, what about if you have a beautiful dress that you've been wearing probably 3 or 4 years ago, or a dress that you have different size? Do you have that? Yes. Now she told me size 20, I think. And I've got a dress size 14 or 16. Okay. What about if you pick that dress and put it in front of your bed, in a cupboard, in any place that you can see it every single morning, every single time? Why? I will feel devastated, no? You will feel committed. At the beginning, it's going to be confronting, it's going to be hard because you will see the difference in the mirror. But if you continue saying positive affirmations, and doing the work, applying all the strategies, having a healthy eating habit, so you will see the difference. And she started doing this, and she told me, Gabby, the first week was confronted. I put my dress back in the cupboard, and then I've been fighting with myself and with the dress. Finally, she did it. You have no idea. In 2 months, I think she reduced 7-8 kilos. 7-8 kilos. And doing more things, healthy green juice and this kind of stuff, and exercises as well, because nothing is going to happen overnight.
Yeah, it takes time. Most people, look, the hard reality, the truth will always hit you the most, is because when somebody announces a course like how to make money in X amount of time, how to lose weight in X amount of time, I've seen it so many times, even on people's phones. They have like weight loss applications, how to get a six-pack, how to do this, how to do that. Most people tend to do that by impulse because of like short-term pleasure, the dopamine that gets released into the brain. It's basically what some reasons why certain people get addicted with certain things. It's because the amount of rush that they get and the feeling of I feel good, and fake action, which means is I'm pretending to do this to feel good about myself, so I can say to myself that I am making progress when in reality I'm not. So people can do that by impulse, by short-term motivation. They get into the course, they sign up for the weight loss program, they download the application, they feel good about themselves for a couple of days, couple of hours, the next minute they just get rid of it. It's because people are trying to get results instantly, and that's not the case. Instantly doesn't, very rarely happens. It can happen, but then if it does happen instantly, how many of you can actually maintain that progress? There's been multiple cases where, for example, people have won the lottery, right? Maybe it's like 10 million, 20 million, 50 million, even 500,000. They won the money, but because mentally they were not prepared for that amount of wealth, they spent all of it, and they end up being where they are originally, being broke, living paycheck to paycheck. So the idea is, for anything, is to build a habit, day by day process. It's like short-term changes make long-term changes.
The Dreaming Show.